Hello, I'm Andrew Pritchard, and thank you for watching today's Canada Regional Forecast, brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions. Now, before I get started, you might be wondering, it's Monday morning. Typically, our Canada forecasts come out on Tuesday and Thursday. Well, we had an update done to the Nutrien Ag Solutions weather story page. It was released over the weekend. On Friday, actually came out here. And instead of keeping Canada, the Canadian Prairie here, in our regional forecast here with the other four U.S. regions, we made Canada be part of the big picture forecast, giving it its own spot down here in the bottom right on the landing page. And so we're going to be putting out regional forecasts for the Canadian Prairie Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That'll break things up, kind of move you apart from the U.S. regions here and give us more frequent content. So going forward, I'm going to be putting out Canadian Prairie regional forecasts here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And you can find those by clicking down here on the bottom right on our the Canadian forecast here on the big picture landing page. So we'll dive in here, start talking about things, and I'll keep reminding you here about the new schedule here. But again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll have new data or a new forecast video here for you in the Canadian Prairie. The jet stream right now, we've got a trough over the west and a big ridge over the central part of the United States, and that does include part of southern Canada, part of the Canadian Prairie here. A lot of summer-like warmth underneath that ridge. It's very warm once you get down to the U.S. here across the Corn Belt. Very summer-like. It's going to be a kind of a tricky forecast period here across the Canadian Prairie. This is looking 3 days into the future. A similar look here with this trough over the west and a ridge in the east. But we got all kinds of little systems that are going to be tracking through the flow here on the Canadian Prairie that are going to keep it rather unsettled. No area here that we're watching for significant rainfall over the next 3 days, except for maybe southern Manitoba. But there's going to be almost daily chances for light isolated precipitation. Check this out. When you look at the temperature forecast over the next 5 days, our temperature anomalies, you can just draw a line down the Alberta and Saskatchewan border there. Very warm temperatures expected to continue over the eastern half of the prairie. Slightly cooler to near average as you head off towards the east. And we'll dive in. We'll talk about why that is here in just a moment. Taking a look at the satellite picture here early on Monday morning. There I am, thinking it's Tuesday because I'm talking about the Canadian Prairie. You can see the flow of the jet stream right here. You see this big trough. Let me switch over to white. The big trough with the ridge right here, the flow up and over the top of that area of high pressure situated over the northern plains, over the Corn Belt of the United States. The radar is mostly quiet here across the Canadian Prairie. Maybe some very light showers being picked up here in some of the high plains here between Grand Prairie and Edmonton, kind of along and west of that line, and then some showers across parts of southern Manitoba. We've got an area of low pressure off to the south, and so kind of a cloudy and rainy start to the day across parts of southern Manitoba. Now, where are we headed? This is going to show a kind of a preview of the picture that I think my next map is going to tell the story a bit better. Let's bring it back here as we get started. Trough in the west, ridge in the east. Let's take this out over the next few days. Continue to see this trough kind of hanging out in the west. We see a lobe rotate around that. Here you see this little piece of the trough kind of rotating up and around that. That is another upper level wave that's going to trigger an area of low pressure at the surface as we get into the middle part of the week, bringing some more heavy rainfall to portions of southern Manitoba. The trough kind of continues to hang out as we head through the end of the week before it starts to move off to the east. But here's what I'm talking about. Let's look at the vorticity plot. And where you see the colors here, that's areas of spin within the atmosphere. And we watch these upper level disturbances for clues as to where we're going to see storm systems develop and associated cloud cover and precipitation. So check out the pattern over the Canadian Prairie here. If I just kind of circle this area, there's a first wave moving through. You see it right here. This is now looking at Wednesday. We'll take the drawing off. Here comes another wave kind of rotating through as we go through Tuesday and Thursday. Here's another subtle one on the back side of that major trough coming through through the weekend. And then as we head into getting into Friday, Saturday, and beyond, here comes another storm system tracking through the area Saturday and Sunday. There you see it right here. So if I take the drawings off and just kind of go back, you're seeing a series of waves kind of tracking through the region, and each one of those is going to have the potential to bring in rounds of showers and storms, some cloud cover. But again, not talking about any focused area, any focused corridor of significant excess precipitation or severe weather, anything like that. Just kind of an unsettled pattern with daily chances for light isolated precipitation. Here from the GFS will be the next 5 days or so of precipitation. We'll start it off here. Again, seeing some of that rain activity, especially across northern Alberta, but near the Front Range as well, seeing some precipitation here for the day on Monday. As we get into Tuesday, this area of low pressure begins to organize over southern Saskatchewan. No significant precipitation as we start the day on Tuesday, but this thing becomes a little bit more saturated as we get into Wednesday morning as it tracks across parts of central and southern Saskatchewan and then lifts across Manitoba Wednesday into Wednesday night. Clearing out by the time we get into Thursday, but then Thursday late in the day into Friday morning, we see another area of low pressure develop across the northern plains near the U.S. and Canada border, tracking into portions of southern Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba as we head into the later part of the week into the weekend. So talking about precipitation, going to be most significant here to start the week, Monday across northern Alberta. The next chance for more widespread precipitation going to be Wednesday into Thursday morning across this corridor here of central Saskatchewan, southern Saskatchewan into Manitoba. Again, that is Wednesday into Wednesday night. And then that next chance going to be here on Friday as we watch another area of low pressure track through this region here, southern Saskatchewan into central and southern Manitoba, seeing a blustery and rainy end to the week and beginning to the weekend here Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about what happens beyond that in our Wednesday update here, but there you go. That kind of plots out the precipitation chances over the next few days. We'll look at day-by-day 24-hour accumulated precipitation here from the GFS as well. Starting out on Monday, again, more significant chances well off to the north across northern Alberta. As we get into Tuesday night, watching across central and southern Saskatchewan, here is that storm system here lifting across this region late Tuesday into Wednesday. As we get into the day on Thursday, pretty quiet across a big chunk of the prairie, maybe late getting into southern Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba. Losing my train of thought there as we watch this next storm system come in late Thursday into Friday. Be our next chance for significant precipitation lingering into the weekend, even perhaps Saturday morning. So take a look at the temperature anomalies, keeping things quite warm, especially across Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Closer to average, but still average to above average, or average to, yes, just above average across Alberta. Maybe a day or two that flirts with cooler than average on the backside of one of these storm systems. But taking this out, through Tuesday, Wednesday, seeing some cooler temperatures here Tuesday across Alberta, but warming back up as we head into the mid to late part of the week. But especially warm across Manitoba there as we get plenty of southerly flow in advance of each one of these storm systems tracking up and through the region. Zooming in on Alberta here, taking a look at total precipitation through the end of the week. You see some of that more significant precipitation off to the north, where we're talking about maybe 20 to 30 millimeters of precipitation across northern Alberta here on Monday. Scattered opportunities for precipitation here as we head through the remainder of the week, but on the lighter side across southern Alberta. High temperatures for the next 5 days here. Your highs on Monday in the mid to lower 20s across central and southern Alberta, all the way into near 10 degrees off to the north. Tuesday, high temperatures. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So there are certainly some opportunities for a cooler day or two, but overall keeping temperatures, those daily highs between 15 and 20 degrees across the high production regions here of Alberta. Pivoting off to the east, looking at the precipitation across Saskatchewan and Manitoba, you're seeing a lot of that stack up here Wednesday and then Thursday and Friday across southern Alberta and then central and southern, all the way into northern Manitoba. It's really a southern half of Saskatchewan, but then the entire portion or entire province of Manitoba seeing opportunities for precipitation there. And again, talking about corridors of maybe 20 to 50 millimeters, but going to be isolated or scattered in nature and uneven precipitation distribution as we head through the end of the week. Your high temperatures very warm, very summer-like as we look at Saskatchewan and Manitoba here. High temperatures near 30 for the day on Monday. Still quite warm off to the east on Tuesday. Cooling off slightly on Wednesday, but still hanging out in the lower 20s. Here you go Thursday and then Friday. There you go. There's that storm system right here, that warm air advection, and then cool air coming in on the backside. As always, Eric Snodgrass will have an in-depth look at the evolution of the next 1 to 2 weeks in our Thursday morning Ag Forecast video. And then remember, you'll catch your next Canadian Prairie update right here on Wednesday morning, and then once again on Friday. Have a great day and a wonderful start to your week.